National capital region is battling with this crisis, and the solution needs to focus on the entire national capital region, which includes Gurugram, Faridabad, Noida as well. So Delhi's fight against pollution is not ending anytime soon, with the capital's AQI expected to remain in very poor or severe category in the coming week as well. The BJP government, which has been facing criticism for its inaction, has finally come up with measures to tackle this air emergency. Capital's Environment Minister has announced that no PUC, no fuel rule will begin from today, under which vehicles with invalid pollution certificates will be denied fuel. Further, the Delhi government has barred entry of non-BS6 compliant vehicles in the capital, while there is also a ban on entry of vehicles carrying construction materials. Meanwhile, the Parliament has finally found some time to discuss the most pressing issue in Delhi and across the north. A discussion on pollution is slated to take place in the Lok Sabha today, with Union Environment Minister Bhupender Yadav expected to address the lower house at 5 p.m.
जैसे ही सत्ता में आए थे 27 दिन में सब कुछ जादू की छड़ी से ठीक करने वाले थे। अब 27 महीने मांग रही हैं रेखा गुप्ता जी। AQI तो उनको पता नहीं है, AQI से टेम्परेचर नाप रही हैं। जो भारत सरकार के पर्यावरण मंत्री वो सदन में खड़े होकर कहते हैं 400 से ज्यादा कभी गया नहीं। वो जानते ही नहीं कि 800-900 के बीच में AQI चल रहा है, और 400 भी कोई आपका कीर्तिमान नहीं है। 400 जाने का मतलब है 50 नॉर्मल होता है, उससे इतना ज्यादा ऊपर है। मेरा अपना मानना है ये लीपा पोती से काम नहीं चलेगा। कहीं तंदूर बंद कर दिए जा रहे हैं, कहीं पर 5वीं क्लास तक बच्चों, ये कोई तरीका है आपको पोल्यूशन कंट्रोल करने का? क्या आपने पोल्यूशन की समस्या को भयावह समस्या माना है? आप पोल्यूशन पर एक चर्चा तो करना नहीं चाहते हैं।
प्रधानमंत्री जी को जिम्मेदारी लेनी चाहिए और पर्यावरण मंत्री जी को यहाँ बयान देना चाहिए और चर्चा होनी चाहिए व्यापक, और एक योजना देश के सामने आनी चाहिए कि ये परियोजना, ये रोड मैप है, वायु प्रदूषण का ऐसा रोकथाम किया जाएगा। कल एक और फैसला आया कि हरियाणा यूपी गाड़ियाँ बंद। ये हमेशा नी जर्क रिएक्शन होते हैं। जब प्रदूषण जहरीले स्तर पर पहुंचता है तो हफ्ते 2 हफ्ते के लिए कर लेते हैं। इससे क्या है? इससे समाधान नहीं है। ये तो केवल जनता को दिखाने के लिए लॉलीपॉप देने के फैसले हैं। असली तो जो लॉन्ग टर्म रोड मैप बन के योजनाबद्ध तरीके से इसका समाधान हो, उसकी चर्चा सदन में कराई जाए।
आपके पास PUCC होना चाहिए। अगर नहीं होगा तो आपकी गाड़ी को तब तक फ्यूल नहीं मिलेगा जब तक आप अपना PUCC नहीं करवाते। दूसरा, दिल्ली के अंदर जो बाहर से गाड़ियां आ रही हैं, ट्रक खास तौर पर जिनके अंदर मटेरियल आता है जो कि बदरपुर और रेता है, ऐसे बिल्डिंग मटेरियल, क्योंकि बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन बंद है, उनके ऊपर कंप्लीट बैन है। वो दिल्ली में आएंगे तो उनके ऊपर सख्त कार्रवाई की जाएगी। कोई बदरपुर रेता नहीं ला सकते। तीसरा, दिल्ली के अंदर जो दिल्ली की बाहर की रजिस्टर्ड गाड़ियाँ जो दिल्ली के बाहर से आ रही हैं दिल्ली के अंदर, वो क्लीन फ्यूल के साथ आएँ, भारत स्टेज 6 कंप्लायंट आएँ, क्योंकि दिल्ली में अगर आके पोल्यूशन फैलाती हैं तो दिल्ली में हमारे लिए और चैलेंज हो जाता है। जब तक हमारा ग्रैप लगा हुआ है,
सरकार अपना पूरा प्रयास कर रही है। इसमें भी कोई दो राय नहीं है कि पोल्यूशन बढ़ रहा है, लोगों को दिक्कत हो रही है। लेकिन मैं बार बार एक ही बात कहता हूँ कि सरकार को कुछ समय चाहिए। 11 वर्ष और 15 वर्ष कांग्रेस के 26 साल की समस्याओं का मिनटों में छुटकारा नहीं हो सकता। जो प्रश्न कर रहे हैं उनको ये सोचना चाहिए कि आपने अपने कार्यकाल में क्या किया था 11 वर्षों के कार्यकाल के अंदर।
And now let's take a look at some ground reports from the National Capital Region on the pollution crisis and the fog situation.
दिल्ली NCR समेत मैदानी इलाकों में आज भी सुबह घना कोहरा है। मैं इस समय गौतम बुद्ध नगर में हूँ, नोएडा में हूँ, और सुबह के 5:30 से 6 बजे के बीच क्या स्थिति होती है देखिए। और बीती रात से ही कोहरे के पैच दरअसल कुछ इलाकों पे दिखाई पड़ने लगे थे, जिसका सीधा था कि सुबह इसका असर ज्यादा होगा, और इसी के चलते विजिबिलिटी अभी 300 से 400 मीटर, लेकिन कई इलाके ऐसे हैं जहां पर आपको विजिबिलिटी जो है वो 200 से 300 मीटर दिखाई देगी। हालांकि होता क्या है कि तड़के सुबह यानी 6 से 7 बजे के बीच इस कोहरे में बढ़ोतरी भी देखी जाती है। लेकिन जिस तरह कोहरा हमने रविवार को देखा था, संभवतः ये उतना घना नहीं है, लेकिन इसी कोहरे के साथ साथ वायु की गुणवत्ता पर इसका नकारात्मक असर पड़ेगा। AQI इस समय 350 के पार है, और ऐसे में धूल, धुआं और इसी के साथ साथ कोहरा उसे स्मॉग की स्थिति बना देता है, बदतर बना देता है। बहरहाल दिल्ली में कई सारे कदम उठाए गए हैं, लेकिन दिल्ली के साथ साथ जो NCR के राज्य हैं, उत्तर प्रदेश हो, हरियाणा हो, उन राज्यों में कहीं पर भी कोई प्रभावी कदम उठाते हुए प्रशासन दिख नहीं रहा है, सरकार दिख नहीं रही है। और इसीलिए आप देखेंगे कि उत्तर प्रदेश में आमतौर पर ठंड में लगभग यही स्थिति दिखाई देती है।
Well, it's 7:30 a.m. in the morning, and due to dense fog, the visibility level has dipped down to 50 to 100 meters. Right now, we are reporting from a Delhi-Meerut expressway, and you can clearly see as to how, because of poor visibility level, the people are driving their vehicle with their headlights on. The situation continues to persist for the last many days, and today once again we are seeing as to how this entire area has been shrouded under the dense fog. This is Delhi NCR area, and not only in Meerut or Ghaziabad or in Noida, but in the entire Delhi area we are now seeing similar sort of situation. Because of this, the visibility level has dipped down. At the same time, due to the pollution also, people are facing a lot of problem. The AQI has, yesterday was reported at around 350. Though wind is flowing with the speed of 10 to 15 km per hour, which is certainly going to indicate that pollutants might come down. But the situation continues to persist for the last many days. Today, the government is also going to, have a discussion on this. Parliament is going to have a discussion on this. If the government will respond to the points which the opposition is raising as far as the pollution in Delhi NCR is concerned. Mishra in Delhi for Delhi.
And my colleague Ashutosh Mishra is now joining us from the DND flyway. Ashutosh, how is the fog situation currently? Also tell us about the visibility level and the impact on the traffic over there.
The transportation is likely to be disrupted on the highways, on the national highways at the DND. The visibility right behind me, what you see, the fog-like situation, because of that the AQI level is also high. But yes, this has significantly disrupted the pattern, but at the same time, because the Graph 4 provisions are implemented, the Delhi police here ensuring at the borders of Noida that all the vehicles are frisked, they are checked whether they are following the BS4, BS6 norms. So unless the clearance, unless the PUC certification and the BS standard, these vehicles will not be allowed to fly. So someone if entering to Delhi from Noida, from Ghaziabad, from Saibabad pocket, that could potentially lead to some kind of traffic chaos during the peak hours, because this is the mandatory rule that the Delhi police will be following. So you are seeing these visuals of Delhi-Noida border at the highway. So any vehicle, so look at it. If they find suspicion on any vehicle, they immediately stop. And with the applications online, they are being checked about their credentials and the requirement, whether they are following the parameters. Subsequent to that, on the DND, we see the visibility is around 300 to 350 meters. But in many patches, look at the thick layer of fog and smog. Because of that, most of these areas, the outskirts of NCR probably would have visibility less than 150 meters. That will significantly impact the rail networks, the road transportations. Of course, on the highway network, this will also going to disrupt. But largely, it remains the challenging because of the high AQI. The Graph 4 rules are also being implemented. So there is a multiple attack on the national capital and the plains area of northern NCR. Not a Delhi-centric phenomena as far as pollution is concerned. It's across North India. Everywhere you'll see the AQI way much higher, from 200 to 500. At the same time, the highways, the rail network, the road connectivity, airline services are likely to be affected. However, the good news is that after 10:30, it is likely to be reduced. The visibility will be little higher. And also because of the cloudy patches that we're seeing in northern India, so eventually the impact of fog will be more visible than what exactly it exists. But at the same time, the challenges that remain for the bordering areas, if you are traveling from, look, there are multiple such vehicles are being stopped, they are being checked, and that is very important at the moment. Looking at the Graph 4 stringent condition that are imposed. There is no cold attack yet after 20th, which is day after tomorrow, probably when we have the northern winds coming, would eventually dip the mercury level and increase the cold temperature. But here what we see is the fog impact, also that they're adding to the smog level, higher AQI, and now it could be also a traffic chaos at the bordering areas if you're traveling towards Delhi. Anjali.
All right, Ashutosh, thank you so much for getting us all those details right from the ground on the fog situation, and also the curbs that have been imposed, the checks that are ongoing at the bordering areas, the vehicles that are entering the national capital, those are being checked if the pollution certificates are there, if it is a non-BS6 vehicle or not. And let's also take a look at all the measures that have been taken by the government, the curbs that have been imposed by the Delhi government in this fight against pollution. So 50% compulsory work from home has been imposed in the national capital. So 50% employees will be working from home in the private and government offices in the national capital. There's a ban on all the construction activities. So construction activities has also been banned in the national capital in view of the rising pollution and the rising AQI that is in the very poor category, around 350, and only BS6 compliant vehicles allowed in Delhi. And that is why the checks were going on at the bordering areas. The vehicles that are entering the national capital, those are being checked, as only BS6 compliant vehicles are now allowed in the national capital because they create less pollution. They contribute to lesser pollution as compared to other vehicles. Now, no fuel without PUC certificate. So, pollution certificate is mandatory now, and otherwise no fuel will be given to those vehicles which do not have the pollution certificate. This comes into effect from today in the national capital. Carpooling application for Delhi. So, carpooling is also one of the major steps that have been taken, as lesser vehicles mean lesser pollution, and hence carpooling has been advised in the national capital. 27 mechanical sweeper machines in every ward. So 27 mechanical sweeper machines have also been deployed in every ward in the national capital, and 100 more electric buses have also been deployed. So electric buses have been deployed so that there are lesser vehicles. The residents take these buses, these EV buses that contribute, that make the pollution levels lesser. So these are the steps that have been taken by the Delhi government in order to improve the situation, the AQI situation, the pollution crisis in the national capital. And in fact, not just in the national capital, this crisis is in the national capital region, which comprises of Gurugram, Faridabad, Noida as well.